na de abusua sene maami asi ayiyama ato Forson especially so ato Forson etenchen a na je so ototo boba park so onso baji wontimi nya hwe obaji wontimi nya hwe wugina ho na wokeka ne wope na taxi ye de beto so ate so obi akra hu se taxi da ho eye adwuma sese no wo kase abusua drivers for ni bi asase to omo fam a omo se yent so ne enti so okina bi so omo te so no omo bo kana president ne ba no hu fu on ti ya ti so bi a wo so omo so ete so na abusua ensama boba for fu on ho no ano ayeden papa enya asem koto
di kan boy amane se ene no omo de fanwo emu entumu eba ene na so eye second pricing window sa window ye kan window ni bo ma ebenya obehu se petrol ni diesel no eya na ne bo netimi kofom ne bo no tumi basoro but ene de ye kan second pricing window na according to MPA Copec money ade no ekosoro na CJ ebra enkomo di kan beto dwa ya omode kwato mrasebedwe fia na woso mo ekokoshe no wogitum gidi na sa etwe 8% ayeka ho asem ya akotoa ba ko bia fuel a woto obetua 1 Ghana cedi se woso no na eye friend saying yewra John Janipor ono na oye soafo eba na nyina mahoden ehon totoye mampani dia hye ne sase onye adwuma no mo man Ghana odi nkyemu bi be ka brofo de bi kire Ghana for si o sa 1 Ghana cedi we kra na ye de ka ho anya de ane bo no be kosoro a ebenya impact bia ewo yade ye so na CJ me pese sa audio no oboma ye na yetie ye wi a menka asem nchetie no pay.
On this note and on this auspicious note, let me make it clear that irrespective of the 1 cedi, we are not going to see an increase in the price of pump price at the petroleum sector. It is only an intelligent government that can do this. No, it's only a smart government. It's only a government with acumen that can do this.
Eti uti sema yira John Jiro brofo o say sa 1 Ghana cedi na aban ede beto fuel so fa won so a ukodu filling station ho ukodu pump station a beto no so the 1 Ghana ne beto so mpo a enya dia fa won ne bo ebe kosoro na CJ wonwodian na tie we ma me say asa 2nd July anopa no nsia pepepe we me de goal de na din koma no payin asa 2nd July na ye wukoda se na ye ayekase anopa no nsia goil prices omodi breyen enie na super eye 12 cedi 7 pesos na diesel eye 13 cedis 20 pesos ahane na ejina asa 2nd July 2025 yemfi 2nd July na yemegina ene eye second pricing window yemegina ene 16th July 2025 and upon nsia pepe god na mekoso adidi nkoba no pay super ashri afi 12 Ghana cedi 7 pesos abegina 12 Ghana cedis 88 pesos diesel ashri afi 13 cedi 20 pesos abegina 14 cedis 38 pesos yemfa super SV ashifri 14.34 pesos abegina 15.77 pesos CJ anopay asembisa ba ko pe na mibisa yewra John Janipor mibisa ne say fa won no ka che se aban a wo ye smart aban o ye aban a wo gina ne na so eye aban a wo dwene Ghana fo ho eye aban a o ye adwuma sere be ya Ghana fo enkwa ho kyeremu no say ye ka che me se ade fi 12.7 pesos na begina 12.88 pesos a enkwa soro se Janipor mibisa se ekwa fo ma na se gina ba bi gina Ghana fo nyina mo ame se ade fi 12 cedi 7 pesos ekosi 12 cedi 88 pesos a ye bisa se ejina ba bi ejina anase ahwikoso anasa bafom ye regina pa wada ma be yesem ya no mame enchemu ni se ade ana ne boye 13 Ghana cedi 20 pesos etimi ba be ejina 14 Ghana cedi 38 pesos a mi bisa se ejina ba bi ejina anase ahwikosoro Enti nsɛm a yɛwura John Janipor ka kyerɛ yɛn ɛbra na ɔmo de saaf ɛtuo wei ɛbɛtufoɔ no so no na ɔdaadaa trɔtrɔfoɔ no na ɔdaadaa taxi drivers no anaasɛ na ɔdaadaa Ghanafoɔ a ɛtɔ fuel no deɛ ɔtwi ne private car ɔkɔ gyina filling station ɛtɔ fuel no na ɔdaadaa nanaasɛ no wɔka deɛ n'akyerɛ no anasa as a politician no wɔn deɛ ne sɛ yɛn ka deɛ bɛyɛ Ghanafoɔ dɛ yɛn ka deɛ bɛtɔ mu tim na ɔmadwuma bɛyɛ ɔmo hee aka so oh ne we deɛ yɛ because ɛba ne sɛ adeɛ no sɛ ɛkɔ so by 30 pesos ɛkɔ so by 20 pesos there is an increment and deɛ metete ne nkyɛmu a minya from MPM ne ɔmo calculation krampo ne sɛ CJ ankase yɛ kase kra second pricing window no diesel bomu ne kɔ soro banka petrol no anka wɔ sɛ ba fam kakra anase be gina ba bi gina but as ye kasei petrol ekosro entinchemu ne ye de wen enne ye de ntumu aba the second pricing window there was an increment on the said yes ne tie da dampo and aban dia samba be ka ho it aban dia ne nka ho mpo na ekosro a enka be koso kakra bi anka ye me witness 14.30 14 Ghana cedi 38 pesos a ye koto diesel one ye fence liter akwato abako. Enti CJ say yes akotoa no be say 4.5 and a gallon.
Yeah.
Enti 14 Ghana 38 pesos no. Ye multiply no by 4.5 na ye hye de gallon bako. Ye beto ne saying enti be the diesel and a ye mfato ho yi. Me kwa me calculator na ye bo 14.38. Na ye multiply ne by 4.5. Ya multiply by 4.5 CJ 64 cedis 71 pesos gallon bako. Why na so your driver near or call filling station or gallon bako? It is how your driver no your trotro driver now will talk gallon bako 64 Ghana cedi 71 pesos ya multiply no by 10 gallons 10 gallons which are 647 Ghana cedis. Into the why your multiplication if I was now you're a John Janipor some or catch you say for no say 1 Ghana never tosumpa and cost no for your calculation. It's media see no pay some mechanic say. You're a John Janipor no ya so far was you know who den some so. As some will catch a Ghana for say more than 1 Ghana neto so and cost no or be a una dear that's a professor your kind no and you no cre. Unless they will kind no none in mufu frobi or baby yentia siesa. Na se one ejina dia papa wadaro ma waso samba na be kasem fo froche Ghana for no pa ya ene ya increment na sha se ye adwuma no e waso ba na ne Ghana for be kasa na o te ye se wano kokotwea asem a wo kan ye se mo de 1 Ghana cedi eto akoto ba ku biefu la yeto a enkoso no wan nya calculation ni ye wan kasa wan tie ase ye e na obeka kire yen na se interpretation entebu foforo bi wo ho dia na dia bre yes ade a ye Janipor wadarma no pa jeje ye frɛ wo your kind and chisa for na kwosoro babia na gina 12 Ghana cedi 7 pesos no akogina 12 Ghana cedi 88 pesos ene dia wo ka kire no enye pe ene dia wo ka kire no enye pe yes say politicians adwuma ne mo na ye communication am brofo na mo ka no ye betena se ye kyerase ye nkyerɛ boafo ase ento ntwene ye ka ne se de o kan ne pepepe ene ye de nkyemu ne ba entifo ne de menum ye ni choice o kila ntua kila okoso ba fo betua because na okwa filling station one ma se wontu fo ni bi wontu fa ngoni bi wo dem de wo be kwa akoto wo filling station one ma na okodu one ma ba bia ne bra kodu no ayi so abosumi yin kwa na wie ye no na the first pricing window in August na no so ba aso se be ko so na se be ko fom no de ebenya ye beti ho asem ye bedi mu nkomo esa asem na wo twimienu bia no ensakraye ba etime ko so tumi ba fom enti se nya ban 1 Ghana na odi aba ne de anka me no mienu osimu enka ye didi pa but nei 1 Ghana cedi abeto so wutua wo beso ye mokra wo betua wo beto sa se car no 1 2 a wo nidi enti on behalf of truck driver na wo tie me anopai on behalf of taxi driver na wo tie me anopai on behalf of bus driver na wo tie me ni private car owner na o tie me ogina filling station etofo no ye Janipor asem na o kan no enye no kra na o ka che Ghana fo no enye no kra na aka che Ghana fo na bo ne kosoro CJ mpacho wadaroma sambo audio no ma me bi wate wo ma me na ye ntie me di masem usi ntu de ye nyina ye tie wi a na yɛmfrɛ yɛwura John Janipor sɛ de ɔbɛka kyerɛ yɛn bere bi atwa mu no ɔmɛka kyerɛ na no kɔkɔtwea nyɛ sa no ɔpa akyerɛ wɔmpa yɛakyɛw as Ghanaians.
On this note, and on this auspicious note, let me make it clear that irrespective of the 1 cedi, we are not going to see an increase in the price of pump price at the petroleum sector. It is only an intelligent government that can do this. No, it's only a smart government. It's only a government with acumen that can do this.
Brafo na wote ye no. Inti John Janipor say bo na course onyina ba bi agina. Entemu bi a wo wachire. Say ye top pass
for us to consider. In the commentary that has come, Mr. Speaker, unfortunately there's been some distortion that I think even as we all elucidate, we should try to correct. First is the subject of the exchange rate. Yes, there's been an appreciation of the Ghanaian cedi, and nobody can say he's unhappy about that. But what is the cause? Among other things, quite recently, the IMF has quite clearly explained part of what is happening. That the government has dumped about $1.4 billion from our dollar reserves onto the market. If a country has $1.4 billion of dollar reserves to dump onto the market to help its currency appreciate, two questions must be asked. The first, where did those reserves come from? And the second, how sustainable is it? Mr. Speaker, it is a matter of fact that in the 6 months of this administration, it has not generated $1.4 billion in terms of new additions to our gross international reserves. The truth is that at the point of inheriting power, the previous administration had left over $8 billion of international reserves, part of which the new administration is drawn and dumped onto the market. And so as we discuss the performance of the economy, credit should be given where credit is due. The second part of that argument, Mr. Speaker, is how sustainable is it? How sustainable is it to continuously be dumping $1.4 billion onto the Ghanaian market in a 6-month period? Do we have that kind of reserves? And it therefore calls for some more honest and prudent economic planning beyond an attempt to take fiscal plaudits. Mr. Speaker, the next matter I want to speak to is the subject of fiscal discipline. Sometimes you hear it being bandied about fiscal discipline. Fiscal discipline does not mean a failure to meet your fiscal targets. If you program to raise, for example, $1 billion and spend 800 million and leave a balance of 200 million, you don't fail to raise your billion and just maybe raise about 300 million, spend 100 and say that fiscal discipline, you've still achieved 200 million. No, that's not it. Because there are a lot of public goods and services you have programmed to do with that 800 million. Today, Mr. Speaker, we were here in this chamber when the Minister for Finance represented to us that so much money had been sent to the district assemblies and that the district assemblies common fund, about 80% allocation is going to the assemblies. All of us here in the chamber know that none of your districts has received that money. None of your districts has received that money. None of your districts has received that money. So if you have not mobilized and spent that money, and you keep touting fiscal discipline, it will come back to haunt you. Mr. Speaker, currently, the government has launched the 1 million coders program, a Greek for economic transformation known as Feed Ghana, National Apprenticeship Program, and a number of other programs. They even announced recently that they have signed a contract to send over 2,000 Ghanaians to work abroad. We all know that no money has been released for these programs, and so there are no real beneficiaries on the ground. So this argument of fiscal discipline that you want to tout as rhetoric, Mr. Speaker, we encourage our colleagues, is not backed by the numbers. Your numbers have not exactly performed, so you haven't spent. It is now that monies are being mobilized to be released to the ministries, departments, and agencies. And so that cannot be defined as fiscal discipline. The failure to perform on the fiscal program is not fiscal discipline. Mr. Speaker, finally, conversations border around relief in the economy. Yes, it is true that as the city has appreciated, it has translated into a lower cost of various items that are imported. But we've already discussed the sustainability and the why. But even at the same time, you have increased electricity tariffs, by 14% earlier, and then another 2.5%, and you are advertising to increase electricity tariffs some more. That is not relief to the Ghanaian consumer. You have increased water tariffs. That is not relief to the Ghanaian consumer. You are beginning to advertise that cocoa prices, and the majority of farmers who are cocoa farmers who benefit from cocoa, and we're hoping they will get some more based on the promises you have made. You are beginning to advertise that you may not be in a position to increase cocoa prices and give them more relief. And so, Mr. Speaker, yes, there have been developments on the Ghanaian economy. We expect that the Minister for Finance will appear shortly to provide some more details. But the reasons that are being given should be reasons that align more with the facts and less with the propaganda. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.